been a huge earthquake, magnitude 7.0, just off the coast of Haiti, the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere.
58 people now dead, more than 500 people wounded in a horrific shooting on the Las Vegas Strip.
And five-time NBA champion, former league MVP Kobe Bryant died earlier this afternoon in Los Angeles in a helicopter crash.
The breaking news, stay at home. That is the order tonight from 4 state governors as the coronavirus pandemic spreads.
Aren't you tired? Always having to turn on the news or looking on social media for current events and all you see is negativity? Catastrophe after catastrophe, disaster after disaster, it all gets so tiring and jarring. The world is a jaded place, always having to worry about the next doomsday event to take place. If it's not about COVID, it's about Ukraine. If it's not about Ukraine, it's about the banks losing our money. It's like every single time I put on the news, the world is finding a new way to end, and sometimes the future's not looking too bright. With the weird AI advancements, the dollar collapsing, and the powers that be continuously ruining society with each passing year, it's kind of hard to watch the news. So that's why I watch anime. Anime is a wonderful and exciting art form that captivates and expresses art through animation. Anime is full of wonderful storytelling and life lessons that can entertain and inspire people. There are so many genres that one can choose and enjoy from. Adventure, action, drama, horror, whatever you can think of, anime has it. Those genres usually pertain to demographics classified as either shonen, seinen, shoujo, or josei. Personally, shonen and seinen are my favorites when it comes to watching anime. The whole hero's journey is fun to watch. Watching a character or a group of characters that I somewhat relate to chasing their goals makes me truly feel something. But whenever I watch anime, I always get this same weird criticism. You're a grown-ass man in your early 20s and you still watch those Chinese cartoons. You're a grown-ass man. First off, shut up. And second of all, it isn't Chinese, it's Japanese. But here's the thing, watching the news is demoralizing. Having to check how the world is on the edge of destruction every day isn't exactly fun as a young adult. It's painful and it's kind of heartbreaking. There isn't anything to look forward to and there's rarely any news to celebrate. When's the last time you've genuinely heard good news from the media that's benefited society? Probably not for a while, that's for sure. Have you heard the term no news is good news? That in itself is a crazy concept. We're constantly exposed to negativity and depressing media on a daily basis, and it begins to take a toll mentally and alters our perception on how life is supposed to be. But you know what's not depressing? Watching Goku go Super Saiyan for the first time. Stuff like that gets me hyped today. But why? Why is it that I would prefer to watch Super Saiyan Goku beat the stuffing out of Frieza over the news talking about political tensions between the US and China or the possibility of World War III taking place as a grown-ass man? It's simple, optimism. If you're like me, you typically enjoy action and adventure type stories in anime. Usually, shonen lays down the motivations and dreams of the main character and we begin to follow the quest of the hero's journey. Call me corny, don't do that. But usually, these shonen shows have fantastic endings that portray these characters achieving wonderful goals that they've possessed for long periods of time. Watching these characters achieve their goals with certain traits that relate to me, it gives me hope that I too can accomplish my biggest goals and aspirations. It motivates and inspires me to keep pushing and thriving throughout this journey of life. The positive messages of never giving up and pushing through any obstacles is something I'd much rather watch compared to CNN doing another hit piece on why Donald Trump was a bad president even though he's been out of office since 2021. Like my brother in Christ, it's time to move on. Speaking of animations, I also love cartoons as well. I mean, look at my channel. I think it's fairly obvious. From my earlier videos, my banner, to even my profile pictures, cartoons are fun to watch as well. Another genre of animation that I've taken quite a liking to ever since I was a child. Hilarious shows like Ed, Edd n Eddy, Total Drama Island, Adventure Time, The Amazing World of Gumball, and my personal favorite obviously being Regular Show. I love cartoons because it brings feelings of nostalgia and a bit of my childhood back into my life today. I mean, Regular Show played a huge role in my development as a kid. If you didn't watch Regular Show as a child, you missed out, my guy. I find it a bit interesting that you go from relating to slackers like Mordecai and Rigby as a child to people like Benson and Skips as an adult who takes their job seriously while having fun from time to time. But these outlets aren't the only thing people use to escape from the news. Television shows, video games, music, movies, the list goes on and on. Television shows have a plethora of genres that people enjoy. As long as the plot is well written and the characters are relatable, people are going to watch and binge seasons upon seasons because it's a wonderful pastime. Same thing with video games. Video games grant people the ability to put themselves in a virtual world that allows them to be in control and through experience points allows them to advance further in the game in comparison to their actual lives. I'd even argue music gives us optimism and control. Whenever we listen to music from our favorite artists, it usually gives us motivation and strength in most situations. Heartbroken? Listen to Adele. Trying to finish that last rep in the gym? Eminem is your man. Angry? Just listen to some Youngboy. Starting to mature in life? Listen to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers by Kendrick. Songs are comforting and bring peace to people, hence why you hear phrases such as, "Oh my god, your music saved me," or "Oh my gosh, this artist is the reason why I got past my hardest times." People look to artists' music as a form of guidance because when those artists were struggling making music, it somewhat relates to the listener as they're young and ambitious trying to make it somewhere also. Movies play similar roles as well. We enjoy movies because we can put ourselves in the shoes of the main character. Doesn't matter the genre, we see the main character display certain characteristic that we possess and we're quick to think, "Oh my gosh, he's literally me." Or leaving the movie trying to replicate certain characteristic traits because they're aspiring. I just saw Creed 3 and now I want to knock everyone out. Now, there's a reason why I went on this tangent. The reason being is because everything that I mentioned previously is considered to be art. Through art, many emotions and ideas are thoroughly expressed, all which is good, but I do ask, if all these art forms are used as getaways from reality, why is anime considered childish for young adults or adults in general? Anime is an art form as well, it's literally animation. I don't think that one should be shamed for watching it. I'll be real, I'll probably still be watching Mob Psycho at 60 with my spinal cord looking like the letter C because it's that good. Also, these shows show incredible lessons that can really stick with you and help you blossom, whether it be about rejection, love, perseverance, friendship. Anime has it all. Now, am I going to be completely oblivious when it comes to watching the news? No, of course not. It's important to know what's going on outside in the real world. Even though majority of the news is just propaganda that is misinformation and politically driven depending on what side you're on, all I'm saying is that if I had to choose between watching negativity on my feed from the news all day or watching Thorfinn's character development in Vinland Saga Season 2, you know exactly which choice I'm picking. There are only so many depressing things I can take on as an individual, which is why at the end of the day, I watch anime instead of the news.